sclerosis in the political system in the 30s. I would hate to imagine how he would look at it, how it is now.
A fight for action. A fight for action. A fight against the forces of drift, of despair. A fight for action. A fight for action. A fight against the forces of drift, of despair. A fight for vigor, for vitality and manhood. True democracy only begins when the will of the people is carried out.
We say at last that we've had enough of the old men and the old ways, and we are going to have a new movement for the new age in which we live. The worldwide fascist movement has made a new advance in Germany. They have reached power after polling over 17 million votes in a general election. And we believe that Britain, where our British Union of Fascists has already advanced at a record rate, will be the next country to give fascism a chance.
5,000 fascists rally to their mobilization for the much advertised march through the East End, and Sir Oswald Mosley, black shirt leader, arrives at Royal Mint Street to inspect his followers. Communists, Labourites and Jews jam the fascist route, resisting the peaceful efforts of the outnumbered police to clear the way. 6,000 police are already concentrated in the area. Others are rushed to reinforcement.
We were in a fight. I should not expel every man who was fighting with Jews in the street, particularly if they attacked us with razors and other weapons. We were in a fight. That's why we wore uniform, in order to deal with men like this who broke up our meetings by organized violence. And of course I would not expel black shirts who fought Jews in the street when they were attacked by Jews. What I would expel is a man who went around saying that we should deal with all Jews in a horrible fashion, he'll treat them or bully them. Not at all. We were fighting Jews for one reason, to stop a war with Germany. We were in a fight.
What's all that business?
But don't you know what that is? Don't you know what that is? Don't you know what that is? That is a salute 2,000 years before Hitler was born. All the movements of Renaissance in Europe adopted the European salute. And because we were fighting against people who gave the clenched fist salute, it was an answer to that, the answer to the Communist International, the results of which you've seen recently in the support of the old parties, and that's what we were fighting, and giving the salute of European manhood, and I'm proud of it.
British Union is the movement of the people of Britain. It is their answer and their challenge to the tyranny that today oppresses them. That tyranny is the money power of international finance, which commands government, parliament, and the old political parties. In the service of finance, an obsolete and decadent system is preserved both in government and industry. Government is paralyzed by a system of universal talk in which nothing can be done, in order that real power may rest elsewhere, not in the hands of those chosen by the people, but in the hands of those chosen by finance, In face of these new conditions, how can any international system maintain the British standard of life, that alone increase it to the high level that modern science makes possible and that our great people deserve? For in this modern age, science gives to us British the power to use our own great heritage of British Empire to build the greatest civilization the world has ever seen. We have the finest workers and technicians. One thing alone we lack, a market to absorb the great wealth that modern industry can produce. That market is the purchasing power of the British people. They are robbed of the power to buy British goods because their wages are dragged down by cheap slave competition from abroad. They are subject to that competition because finance draws its usury from foreign investment in the shape of cheap foreign goods. We British are denied our heritage by the power of usury, by the power of usury. So we challenge finance and the parties who have sold the people to usury. carry out the people's will and to subordinate to the nation the vested interests who today exploit the people, we ask from the people power for the people's government. That power will be freely given by the vote of the people and can be removed by the vote of the people. But the government elected by the people must have power to act. If the people's government has not power to govern, then the money power will continue to govern. That money power has divided the British people in order that it may rule them, We have been divided by the war of party, of class and of faction. So the British, who for 1,000 years have never been conquered by the foe without, have been subdued by the foe within. Britons who should be brothers have fought each other, and alien finance has conquered. Therefore to our brother Britons we say, unite. Britain united is invincible and irresistible, and together we will build the mightiest civilization mankind has known.